Astronaut Joshua Kutryk is the next Canadian set to take part in a long-duration mission to the International Space Station. Kutryk will be staying aboard the ISS for 6 months as part of the Starliner 1 mission. There is currently no confirmed launch date for the mission after several delays. Joshua Kutryk joins me in studio right now. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
How do you feel when you see the footage of the rocket taking off, into space, and knowing that one day, fairly soon, that'll be you?
Yeah, I think I feel the same all the time when I see a rocket launch. I feel very excited to be doing this. I've dreamt about it for a year, for my whole life, actually. And I also feel lucky and proud to be doing it as a Canadian. It's still something rare. We don't get it to do it in this country that often, and to be a part of that great adventure, as I say, is just something I'm very grateful for.
What brings you to town?
A couple of things. We'll be talking to different schools, visiting some space companies that we have working on space in Canada. We're also doing some mission work. So we are, in fact, talking to some Canadian researchers who will have science on board the International Space Station during this mission. And we'll actually be giving some presentations and discussing with the public about that later today.
What is the mission of the Starliner 1 mission?
There's a lot in that question. Our mission fundamentally is to go live and work on the International Space Station for a long time. We call it a long duration mission, 6 to 8 months. And really our role there as the astronauts comes down to two main tasks or missions, if you will. The first is running the station. It's a fascinatingly complicated system. We have to be able to fix it, keep it running, manage all of the systems. And the reason we do that is so we can do job number two. And job number two is the science. So we're scientists on board, and we are doing scientific research for researchers from all over the world, many of them from Canada, in fact. But it's research that we can only do in outer space right now. And so that's ultimately our job.
Okay, so Joshua, when you're up on the ISS, the International Space Station, you're communicating with Earth. How long is the delay when you go, hey guys, I got a little screw loose here, can you help me out?
Yeah, good question. Technology has come a long ways. And so the space station, as a matter of fact, isn't that far. It's only about 400 kilometers away from us. It's moving very fast, so there's some technical problems there. But mostly I can reach anyone I have to, almost instantaneously. It's much like if I was to FaceTime you on my iPhone.
It's that fast? Okay, good. Okay, I thought there would be a little bit more of a delay.
No,
but no, there isn't.
Yeah.
But there is no delay when you're with the other astronauts on board on the ISS. What's that like, and how are you paired, if you will? How are you matched up with the other astronauts? How does that work?
That's a good question. I think a lot of thought goes into the crew selections. It's an important thing. It's also a challenging thing. We will be working with a crew of 7 or 8 people from all over the world, in fact, many countries.
Oh, that's so neat.
And for a long time, 8 months in an environment that's very risky, very consequential. You can't make a mistake, very isolated. And so you have to get along very well within this tight, tiny group.
Okay, very tight group there, and you also have to be. How do you get acclimatized to weightlessness and being in space? What is the training like for something like that?
We do a lot of training. If you look at all the training that I'll do prior to embarking on this mission, it comes down to about 4 or 5 years worth. Specifically for weightlessness, I mean, we spend a lot of time in the water. So we'll use neutral buoyancy labs to train for that. We use airplanes to train for that, parabolic flying, that sort of thing.
Joshua, did you always dream of being an astronaut, like from the time you were a kid?
I did. I have memories from being 6 years old and wanting to do this. I wouldn't have told you that when I was 6 because I didn't think it was possible. And I still view it as something that I'm very grateful for, but also very lucky to have. So the dream has always been alive with me. As we get closer and closer here, I continue to feel that enthusiasm, and I'm happy for it.
I think it's wonderful, and I think that when you do finally take off in that rocket to the ISS, you're representing Canada. It's like an athlete, with their Canada gear going to the Olympic Games.
Absolutely. I do like to make that point. In fact, space travel is becoming more common, but it's still very rare. And for Canada, we have done a lot historically in space. It's something that's brought a lot of goodness to our country. And so it's a proud moment to be able to do that, not just to go and do this technical work in science, but to be able to do it, as I say, with that red maple leaf on my shoulder. It's very special in the world. Canada occupies a very special part in terms of world space flight right now, and we're very grateful for that here.
Okay. We don't have a date just yet, right, when you'll be taking off?
It's going to be in the next matter of months, so we're hoping next year. Yeah.
Joshua Kutryk, Canadian astronaut headed to the ISS within about a year. Thank you so much for stopping by. Really appreciate that.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Pleasure.